Hi friends, welcome to my channel The Art Zone. Today I have come up with a new video of this beautiful cap. We have made this cap in adult size and it is super stretchy, as you can see this. So we have used 110 grams wool for this project. Pattern is quite simple. I hope you'll enjoy the video. Before starting the video, I request you to please subscribe my channel and press the bell button and give your suggestion in the comment section. Let's begin with the video. We are going to make this cap with medium weight number 4 acrylic yarn, and I'm using this Red Heart Super Silver yarn, and the shade I'm using is Perfect Pink. And I'll make this cap with 5mm crochet hook because we need a little bit thicker hook for this project. So first of all, we'll make a slip knot. After making the slip knot, now we'll make 56 chains according to our size. We need 56 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This pattern will make 56 chains. So with this pattern, we'll make the height of cap. We'll make 56 chains. After making 56 chains, first of all, in row 1, you can see this, here we have the second chain, skip the last chain, insert the hook in next chain and just make a slip stitch like this, then insert the hook in next chain, make a slip stitch, next chain, slip stitch. In this pattern, you'll just make a slip stitch in each chain, insert the hook, make a slip stitch, then insert the hook in next chain, make a slip stitch. Here we have the next chain, make a slip stitch. With this pattern, we'll just make a slip stitch in each chain until we reach to the end of this row. So after making a slip stitch in each chain, we are at the end of a row. Here we have the second last chain, insert the hook into second last chain, make a slip stitch. Then you can see this, here we have the last chain. So we'll make a slip stitch as well and finish the row with last slip stitch with this pattern. At the end of row 1, we should have 55 slip stitches. After making 55 slip stitches, for row 2, just make a chain. Then you can see this, here we have the first chain, so insert the hook in first chain by taking the back loop and make a slip stitch like this. Then you can see this, here we have the next chain, so insert the hook in back loop of next chain. Here we have the back loop and make a slip stitch. Then next chain, insert the hook in back loop, make a slip stitch. We have to just make a slip stitch in each back loop. You can see this, here we have the back loop. So we make a slip stitch into this loop, insert the hook in next chain and take the back loop and just make a slip stitch. Next slip stitch, just make a slip stitch in next chain like this. Then keep doing with this pattern in complete row 2. After making a slip stitch in each chain, we are at the end of row 2. Here we have the second last chain. So insert the hook in back loop of second last chain and make a slip stitch. Then next you can see this, here we have these 2 loops of last chain, and I will make a slip stitch in back loop like this and finish the row with last slip stitch. With this pattern we have completed row 2. And now we are going to start row 3, which is quite simple. Just make a chain, flip the work. Then next you can see this, here we have 2 loops of next chain. So insert the hook in back loop and make a slip stitch like this. Then you can see this, here we have the next 2 loops. Insert the hook in back loop and just make a slip stitch. Then next make a slip stitch, next slip stitch. Just make a slip stitch in each chain. So with this pattern, we'll just make a slip stitch in each chain and complete row 3. Keep doing with this pattern until we reach to the desired size. So guys, you can see this, we have completed the base of this cap. And the height of cap is about 11 inches. And the width of this cap is about 16 inches. So you can see this, it is a super stretchy pattern, so it will be fitted easily. After making this, now I'll join them together. For this, you can see this, both sides are quite same, you can use any side. First of all, you can see this, here we have these chains. So insert the hook in first chain like this. Then make a slip stitch and now insert the hook in second chain. You will see here we have these chains. So insert the hook in second chain, and now next we have these chains. So we'll take the back loop of each chain here we have the back loop like this. Now make a slip stitch, insert the hook in next chain, and here we have the back loop of next chain. Make a slip stitch, the next chain, insert the hook in back loop of second side, make a slip stitch, with this pattern we'll make a slip stitch, here we have the second last chain, insert the hook in second last chain, And next we have these 2 chains left. So insert the hook in back loop of second last chain and make a slip stitch. Now insert the hook in last chain, and here we have the last chain. So insert the hook in back loop of this chain and make last slip stitch. With this pattern we have joined them together and cut the yarn with a long tail like this. With this pattern we have joined them together like this. And now I'll close the upper part of the cap. So guys, you can see this, we have completed this simple cap. So I hope you'll enjoy the video. We'll meet you soon with a new video. Till then, goodbye.